I will call the city and report your ass.
You're still manipulating me to get what you want done. Don't do that.
Are you pushing your lips out?
Help me understand, please.
Hi y'all, welcome to Woman Wednesdays. We're grown-ass women, have grown-ass conversation. I'm Pat.
I'm Lisa. Welcome to the chat. So this short that we're doing is in regards to pet peeves. So that's another discussion that we always have, like just things that kind of like, what do they say, grind my gears? So things that get on top of our nerves or that like kind of send us over the edge. Mm-hmm. Would you say the older you get, more things bother you?
I think maybe the older you get, more things bother you because the older you get, you can speak to them.
Nope, that's not for me. The older I get, my patience has grown thinner. So my patience for people and things that I probably used to let go over my head before,
you can address it now.
It's not even about addressing it now because I've never been one not to be able to address. I'm somebody that.
Are you more consciously aware?
I'm more consciously aware, and it just my patience. Oh, look at you! That's one of my pet peeves. Okay, no, but anyway.
No, I'm coming from somewhere.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. So no, it's not a matter of I can speak on it now because I've never been one that's shy from speaking on things. But what I will say is a lot of the times things used to just like, it didn't bother me. It didn't get to me before. But I find the older that I am, or the older that I get, mm-hmm. My patience has grown thinner for foolishness. So there are things that really get to me. I am actually learning, maybe not to let them get to me as much. And
I think we both don't have patience for foolishness. Hence, we are who we are. I've never really had patience for foolishness. I kind of say things, not even consciously aware of the things that I am saying. I just kind of say it. Mm-hmm. And some people just can't handle or understand that. And it's easy for me to kind of like say things I don't like about a situation or a person, and hence they can, come off and say like, maybe I'm rude, maybe I'm just rude, obnoxious, or whatever the case may be. But here's a kicker for me: when you have someone that's around you that's real, you should appreciate that person. When you have people around you that are yes man or yes men or yes woman, you're not learning because these people are just kind of like idolizing the things and that you're saying, mm-hmm. type of thing. So for me, it's like if I'm kind of like showing you like, yeah, that looks kind of like fucked up. It's coming from a place because I'm identifying something, because a lot of times one of our pet peeves is that we don't like fake people. I don't like being pretentious. It's very hard for me to be a pretentious individual. And when I'm pretending, because my laugh will sound different, my jawline will hurt a little bit more than, what I'm saying? And I would pretty much kind of call it out for what it is in that moment, because we just don't like fake people.
I like that you brought that one as your pet peeve.
Yeah.
Which is both of our pet peeves. You are correct, because that kind of tells the story about what we're doing here as well, because we're not pretentious. And that was one of the things that we said when we were doing this. And that's why, this might come off sometimes to people like corny or whatever it may be, but this is literally who we are. And so I think that was probably the main thing that we agreed on when we said we were going to do this, is that we wanted it to be us. We wanted it to be Pat and Lisa and how we actually kick back and how we move when we get together. Mm-hmm. So nothing is put on. There's nothing fake about this. After I even watched the first episode, I was just like, I love the fact that it's like the camera wasn't even there.
But the camera is, the
camera's there, but it was who we are. So pretentious definitely is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I literally don't like that at all. Yeah. I cannot deal with fake people. And the minute I feel the energy of fake, I remove myself in a way that you probably won't even realize that I'm removing myself. And that's why for me, like, I shouldn't say for me, I think that's why we both collectively you have a more bigger circle than I do. But I just kind of keep my circle very small because I'm comfortable with the circle that I have, because the people who are in my circle are ideally, they know that I don't like fakeness. So they come at me real, and I can deal with them from a realistic standpoint. You know what I'm saying? And that's what works for me. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves, and people pretending to be somebody who they're not. You know, and it's crazy. Now there's a difference. There's pretending to be someone that you're not, and there's also like we were talking from our first episode, is going through things within your relationships and not speaking of those things, and therefore that allows you now to act as though you are okay, right? Maybe that's being
I don't think I think what you're saying, I think you're separating them, because I think they're completely different things.
I'm kind of like pulling it apart because I don't want anyone to misconstrue what it is that I'm trying to say.
Yeah, when you're in when you're living your life, it's not everything that you need to put out there for everybody to see. There's a difference in living your life and moving through life and not sharing every bit of your life with the outsiders versus faking and moving like as if all is gold when it's not. I think it's completely different.
So I guess maybe that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy because I know some people will say, well, but then are you not? But yes, I believe that I've worn that within my relationship. But outside of that, the people around me,
I think you have to learn that, though.
Yeah.
I think you had to learn that. You went through, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I think that's why you're kind of feeling a way about saying what you're saying, because you're thinking about maybe how you came off when you were going through your relationship. And
I think,
again, a lot of us grew as we went along in life. So you were growing, you were understanding. So you for the sanctity of your relationship, you had to put a barrier and a face out there for the sanctity of your relationship, meaning that you were still trying to keep your relationship together. So for the sanctity of it, you would put a face out there that basically you were protecting your home, protecting your life. So that's different. What to me is when somebody's being pretentious, I guess, is when you, and maybe some people may say that that's how you came off.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe some people would say that.
But that's what
doesn't matter. That's okay. People can say that because maybe that's how you were dealing with what you were dealing with.
I guess what I'm trying to say is the very thing that I'm saying is a pet peeve for me, is the very thing that I'm saying I don't like, but over here in my own private life, or maybe not so private, I was doing that though.
Yeah.
I was being that. The very thing I don't like, I wouldn't say forced, but I allowed myself to play that very role.
You were being guided in your home. And I think anybody who's in a relationship with what do they call the alpha? So when the alpha is in that home and the alpha is the male, and he's taken the lead role, a lot of the times you tend to fall in line as the wife or as the girlfriend. You tend to just fall in line. So even though in the back of your mind, this is not who you are, this is not what I'm about, you somehow fall in line in that, because again, you're trying to hold that relationship together. And I'm not putting any fault on anybody. I'm just basically saying a lot of the times that's what it is. But on a whole, would I, as your friend who was with you through all, would I say you were pretentious? No, because then you couldn't be my friend. I would call what you were doing was trying to maintain what was your relationship. And so that's I think that's completely different.
Yeah.
I think that's completely different.
I think We'll stick to the fact that we're talking about pet peeves here and what we feel our pet peeves are. But we can swing this around and pin that over here to come back to topics such as that. Because I think a lot of times we all have to be pretentious, play along when we are going through things within our own personal world.
I think there's a little bit of pretentious out there. I think on a whole, I think there is a little bit of pretentious, because if I'm at work and I have to deal with a boss or a person in order to get that work done. And so in order to be able to get through the day or to be able to get through my work life, I have to plastic smile.
Kiki.
I have to kiki with that person because, I need that job, and I don't need, let's say, I would say more than likely a manager. I don't need that person making my life hard. So maybe I do have to be a little pretentious. Maybe. It's to what level? So don't hold us, I guess, to the word or the fact that we're saying we don't like pretentious people, because we are aware that in life there has to be probably a little bit of faking it till you make it. But I think it's to what level, I think is probably the way to say it. It's to what level. With saying pretentious being a pet peeve, another one for me is people who basically manipulate. They look me in the face, and it's almost like, because I always say, like, I hate when people try to take me for a fool. I'm myself, I know I'm a very bright girl. I know that for a fact. I don't need nobody to tell me. So when you look me in my face and you try to manipulate me for whatever it is that you need done or you want to have happen, that drives me nuts. Manipulation does not need to be put in play in order to have me either do something or to get something out of me. Just speak to me.
So you're saying just come to me direct?
Please, because I think I am very good at, one, communicating what I need, and I am a very direct individual. And I please believe I understand that not everybody's alike, and I don't expect everybody to be alike, but I do expect that you come to me and you say it as it is. Because, I mean, truthfully, what am I going to do? Come on, look at me. What am I going to do?
We're going to fight them?
Yeah, like, come on.
One of my pet peeves is when people lie on you. I have a big problem with that. When something is being told against an individual and it's not true, that person is left to have to defend something about themselves that they're defending. It's like defending air. Like, how do I defend something that I don't even know about? Personally, I've had experiences, whether it's through family member or, it's kind of crazy because I think it hurts them more when it's someone who is supposed to love you and someone who supposedly know you. At least that's this perception. And then they come back or something comes back and that person's either saying or believing. That really hurts, and that comes from a personal place where I can see, like, even in my own marriage, like, that hurts when a person who you've lived your life more with them than you did out within your years, and they tend to want to believe what other people or someone is said about you or speaks of you that don't even know you.
Well, on a lighter note, for me, a pet peeve is people who chew loudly.
Oh gosh, yeah. Why is all your pet peeves like aligned to mine?
Send me through the roof. Just like, I do not want to hear you like a cow in the pasture. Just and you're enjoying the food. I understand. It tastes good. But I don't think I need to hear you clapping your gums.
I broke up with someone because of that.
Well, you see, I can understand.
No, like, it was...
It drives me nuts. My kids, they know it drives me nuts, and they'll do it purposely.
Why can't you chew quietly?
Yeah, they'll do it, like, literally they'll do it. Sometimes they'll just see me sitting there, I'm minding my own business. I'm not troubling anybody, and they'll be at the table or at whatever at the counter, and they'll just get under my skin, and they will start to clap their thing because they know, and they think I'm the one with the problem because that annoys me.
So, not to. I remember dating someone. I'm not gonna say names, but yeah. And I remember I was dating this one guy, and we were out.
Were you doing a Valley Girl?
Yeah.
So, like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve.
Because that's
no.
That's where that's going.
Okay, well, all right, go ahead.
And this guy, like, we bought food, and he was eating the food, and he was like scraping the plate. I'm like, what the fuck? Am I hearing this right? And then I'm starting to hear you chew. I was already turned off from him, but let me let you know that solidified. That was like, okay, this is. I'm not doing this. I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot do that.
Yeah. No, I can't. It just no. There is absolutely no reason.
That was a write-off for me right there.
Yeah, that's a big one for me. I can't handle it. I don't know why it's like people like nails on a chalkboard, but that's what it's like for me. That's how bad it is. I can't stand it. So the moment slurping.
No, but you're scraping the damn plate.
If you slurp,
you're scraping the plate.
No, not
scraping the plate.
Scrape
and
is
I'm
one.
hearing you chew.
Scrape. I understand.
What do you understand about scraping the plate?
Scraping the plate, you're
the
greedy.
Styrofoam container.
You're greedy. You haven't eaten in a while. But when you slurp,
you ate.
When you drink your tea, or when you're eating your soup,
when you do what slurp? Hold on, what slurp? Are we talking about?
Don't do it. Yes. Oh, you see what I mean? No, don't do that. So, and last but not least for me, and I'm looking directly at you.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you put me through the roof with this.
What's that?
Late.
Everybody knows that I'm late. Everybody knows that I'm
Jesus
I am Patricia.
Yeah, and you have a problem.
I am a late person. But you can't count on certain things. I try. Honestly, I try. I do. I try.
How do you try? So let me just take you back a little bit because I don't understand her try. Not only is she late, but this makes no sense to me, but she's telling you she tries. When somebody tells you, I am leaving in 20 minutes, it takes me 20 minutes to get home. It takes me almost an hour to get to her home. She says to me, go ahead and start your journey. That means you're leaving in 20 minutes. You're going to be home in 20 minutes from that. So now let's call that 40 minutes. It takes me 50 minutes to get here. So I time myself to leave the home in order to get here at the time frame based on what she says. When I get here, it's another 20 minutes to a half an hour before she reaches. Help me understand, please. I am not talking, traffic can happen. Maybe you're 5 minutes late. I'm not talking about that. I am talking the outright. You have not even left where you are, and you're telling me you're on your way. You're one of those people. So yes, this was our short. I hope you guys enjoyed. This again was just a day in the life, I guess, of Patty and Lisa.
We just kind of wanted to like share. Like, again, we have so much pet peeves, and there's just so much things that we like and don't like, don't disagree with. But nonetheless, this is to all you who are watching our podcast. Truly, truly love you guys for watching, sharing, commenting.
Please
liking.
Put what your pet peeves are. Comment what your pet peeves are.
Your pet peeve are, because we all have pet peeves. So, thanks for watching.
Have a good one.
You guys have a good one.
I touch that 5 for you. I do that 3 4 times again. I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch. I do it all, and I'm around you.